on this computer, but I want to start off with a verse tonight. I want to start off with this verse, Hebrews 12:11. Hebrews 12:11. It says, "No discipline is enjoyable while it is happening. It's painful, but afterward," y'all listen closely, afterward there will be a peaceful harvest. You're reaping the benefits of right living for those who are trained in this way. To me, that's my personal Shibboleth verse of the year in being your Shibboleth educator. No discipline is enjoyable while it is happening, but it's painful. But afterward, there will be a peaceful harvest of right living for those who are trained in this way. And when we think about discipline of any sort that maybe we've had to do with children in our lives, it's not enjoyable while it's happening, but they get trained up right. So we have to train ourselves right. And then my other word that I want to share with you is the word that I have come across that I really like is the word resolute. Resolute. And this is what resolute means. And I think it is, for us ladies, I think this is so feminine and awesome. Admirably, purposeful, determined, and unwavering. So when I'm sitting there at night and I'm having that mental battle where I just want to get a bag of chips and pop my feet up in the recliner, instead of that battle, I'm going to say, you know what? I'm going to be resolute. Resolute means admirably, purposeful, determined, and unwavering. And then I'm just going to make it to the next day. Because you know what? So many times I just want to eat at night, and then when I make it to the next morning, I'm not even thinking about food the next morning. So it really, a lot of it has to do with boredom and things like that. Dig into the Shibboleth website. Let that be a boredom buster, because there's so much on that website, and the more familiar you are with the website, the better off you're going to be. So let me say hello on Facebook. There's some folks on Facebook that have zipped right on by, and I can't see your name right now, but Felicia wants a kick in the butt too. Well, embrace the growl. And what I want to say about this is the embrace the growl. What that means is you don't have to go to bed starving. But if your tummy is growling a little bit, I want you to take that as a sign is it's using some stored energy. It's using some stored energy. Yay. And that's what we want to do. But we aren't a program where you have to go around starving, okay? But if you are hungry, take that as an opportunity to exercise your self-discipline muscle and say, burning stored energy. That's what I need to do anyway, okay? So you got to look at it in a fun way. And hey, everybody. Okay, Donna Eason needs a kick in the butt. All right, embrace the growl, okay? And here, let me just give y'all a kick in the butt. The kick in the butt is, this is the easiest thing that you can do because you're eating the food that you like. You know what I talked about in class tonight? I talked about, I'm going to call out different foods. We put them on a list, and if you hear a food that you don't like, you don't write it down. You don't have to eat anything on Shibboleth that you don't like. I don't know what is messing up y'all's day. Those of you that need a kick in the butt, I don't know, because this is so awesome. And we get to eat what we want to 6 days out of the month. The other days you're eating what you want to too, just with some guidelines. Y'all can do it. Y'all can do it. I bet that was the friendliest kick in the butt you ever got, right? All right, well, what we're going to do tonight is I am going to share my screen with you, and we are going to look at this Fast Track website. You will get this website later in the new member Fast Track, so you don't need to worry about writing it down. It will be located in the Shibboleth new member Fast Track on Facebook. If you are not a member of that, please make sure that you join there, and right after this I will go and check and see if anybody joined on there. What I'm going to do tonight is I am going to read what is listed in each of these categories, because all tonight is really about component number 3. Component number 3 of the Shibboleth Shield is combining foods in a way that control insulin. This is the #1 way to weight reduction. People often think that the #1 way to weight reduction is reducing their calories. That is important. How much you eat or don't overeat is important, but that's number 2. The number one way is eating foods in a way that control insulin. So when you combine those two together with the other parts of our program, you have got a supercharged program. So component number one is drink water. Component number two is, I'm going to put my chat up. I lost my chat. Hang on. Because y'all know I told you I was going to ask you some questions last night. Awesome. Welcome, Maureen. Welcome. Okay. And so number one is water. Number two is journaling your food. Journaling your food is really important. People might say, I don't need to do that. That's so boring. But you know what? That's where a lot of your behavior modification is going to happen. So if you journal, if you really want to change your behavior, you'll journal. Number three is combining your foods in a way that control insulin. That's the part that sometimes I hear, oh, I'm confused. Well, we're not going to, it's not, you shouldn't be confused about it. And if you really want to know something, guess what? You'll ask enough questions so you figure it out. You won't throw up your hands in frustration. You'll ask enough questions to figure it out. The number four is portion control, and number five is timing. Those are the five components of the Shibboleth Shield. And since so many people told me to kick them in the butt tonight, I'm sorry I start throwing out those kind of things. But anyway, I hope it helps. So what we're going to do tonight is whenever I get to a new category listing, I'm going to read those foods. Because it's really, really important that you start to familiarize yourself with the foods that go in each categories, and especially the foods that you like, because you don't have to eat anything on Shibboleth that you don't like. How many categories are there in Shibboleth? How many categories are in Shibboleth? 7. Awesome. People answering on the Zoom room, there's 7. And Beth is saying that she gets night snack hungry. Okay, well, guess what? I had my last meal of the day today at 3:30, and I won't eat again until tomorrow morning. I had dinner at 3:30. This right here, I just sent a picture of this to somebody, and this is a little drink. It's clear. If I showed it to you, it's clear. It's called a Calm drink. It's a magnesium supplement. And I'm just sipping on this. I'm just sipping on that little magnesium supplement. It's so good for you, and it's supposed to help calm you down, because after I teach this, I get so excited. I have a hard time going to sleep on Sunday and Monday nights. I do. It's funny, but I do. So I'm drinking that tonight. So maybe you could do something like that, Beth. Just something that you could sip on, okay? Because we've got other things you could sip on. A Health-Wise hot chocolate. You could sip on that, all right? But what I'm going to do tonight is I'm going to read these foods. If you see some food that you like, I'm hoping that you're taking notes. Write it down, because it's important for you to start creating the food lists that you like, all right? So a category 1 is a lean protein. We can have 2 to 8 ounces. 2 to 8 ounces. If you were putting this in a full out combination, you know, midway point's probably good, okay? But you could do 2 to 8 ounces. It is legal, you know, on the program. 2 to 8 ounces. Egg whites, fish. All your fish is there. Chicken breast, turkey breast, pork tenderloin, not a pork chop, a pork tenderloin. Boar's head turkey, boar's head chicken breast, boar's head London broil, low-fat cottage cheese, fat-free cottage cheese, Greek plain yogurt, Hebrew National 97% lean beef frank, 96% lean ground meat. So I'm hoping that y'all saw something there that you like. And if you didn't see anything there that you like, you're going to want to go to the food library and look at category 1s and just start going through that list, because you're going to want a list of about 10 to 15 of these so that you can make a good little rotation of meals, all right? Now, then you've got a flame here and a plus sign. This means this is an excellent fat-burning meal. So last night, we're going to say, this is a hard question. Last night, I told you that you could eat 5 categories by themselves. I want to see if anybody knows the 5 categories that you can eat by themselves. Wow, Brianne, that is awesome. I can't see the rest of your post, but what I can see is that Brianne started the Shibboleth lifestyle on January 3rd, and she is down 30 pounds. Way to go. Way to go. That's awesome. Okay, so I'm going to see, does anybody know the 5 that I said you could eat by themselves? Well, Kelly, that's not quite right. You have 3 correct. 3. This is like Price is Right. Kelly, you've got 3 correct. Go and change 2 of them. Think through which ones will bring more of an insulin release, because those are the ones that you can't eat by themselves. So take those 2 out and put the other 2 in their place, Kelly. Excellent, excellent. So Kelly's got it over here in the Zoom room. Yes, Brienne, you can eat a 1 by itself. Alicia has, that's right, Alicia. Okay, good. Okay, so you can eat a lean protein by itself. You can also eat fibrous carbs by themselves. You can eat a protein plus fat, superfood, and shellfish. The ones that you don't want to eat by themselves are the ones that bring an insulin release because you don't have anything paired with it to help neutralize that insulin release. That's how I want you to think about that. So you don't eat 3s or 5s by themselves. 5s you can eat, which is fruit. You can eat by itself once you get to maintenance. So you have something to look forward to at that time if you really, really like fruit. In weight loss, you just have to remember that all nutrition is situational and you were trying to reach a goal. So if you want to eat a category 5 fruit, you must pair it with a lean protein and a fibrous carb. And we're going to show that in just a second. So we have these cooking oils. We talked about these last night. 100% MCT oil is what we recommend. And then your second choice would be coconut oil, third, ghee butter, also hemp oil, and you can use PAM or 0-calorie cooking spray. I'm going to talk about this MCT oil again real quick just to remind you of why it's so important. MCT stands for medium chain triglyceride. That is compared to a long chain triglyceride. Long chain triglycerides are canola oil, vegetable oil, olive oil. There's more, but I'm just going to mention those 3. Those are going to take a long, long time to burn up on your body. It's an easily accessible source of energy. You're not going to be losing fat on that because your body's not going to be accessing that stored fat. It's going to be using that easily accessible energy that you gave it. And so if we can leave out canola oil, vegetable oil, olive oil, those other oils, use these that are listed here, you're going to be good because you're not going to be giving your body easily accessible energy. Those others are easily accessible. They take so long to burn up that we often don't get them burned up. The next day we ingest more. They take so long to burn up. They don't all get burned up. They get stored. So there's a pattern that's created there, and that's how you build and put on so much extra energy, which is fat. So I like for you to use the zero drag MCT oil from the Shibboleth store because it has been maximized for cooking. And 1 tablespoon is your serving. So if you are making 1 serving of a lean protein over here and you do 1 tablespoon of MCT oil, but let's say you're cooking for the family and you're cooking 4 pieces of chicken breast, you can use 4 tablespoons of MCT oil. You're going to need it in the pan to cook it. Make sure that you cook on low to medium heat because if you don't, it will set off your smoke detector. And just the fact that I have to tell you that shows you that MCT oil burns up like that. It has almost no propensity to be stored on the body as fat. That's why it's our friend in weight loss and in maintenance. So you can cook up a lean protein in a proper oil, and you can throw on some condiments. Tonight in our class at the Kennesaw Shibby Shop, we were talking about condiments and how they can change your meal. So let's say that you take some asparagus and you toss a certain amount of condiments on there and you get it flavored up one way. It's like you've had an Italian meal. You flavor it up a different way. You've had a Greek meal. So condiments can make a difference in what you're eating. But let me tell you the condiment rule. We're going to read these and I'm going to tell you the rule. You can use any 0-calorie condiment. So obviously finding 0-calorie condiments that you like is a good thing because you can use as much of that as you want. 15 calorie or less spices and seasonings, salt and pepper, 15 calorie or less coffee creamers, salsa, reduced sugar ketchup, mustard, hot sauce, Kraft fat-free mayo. So, and this is just a small list of condiments. Now, here's the thing about condiments. It's kind of hard for us to list all condiments in the food library because there's so many that you can use. So what we do is we teach you the rule for condiments. So here's what you're gonna, let's say you're walking down the aisle of the grocery store and you want to buy a barbecue sauce. And you pick up a random barbecue sauce and you look for it in the food library, but you don't see it in the food library. Well, what you could do if you want it added to the food library, if it works, you can take a picture of the front of the item and take a picture of the back of the item. You post it in the Facebook group called Shibboleth Fixed It. And Kim Shibboleth will look at that. I'm not Kim Shibboleth. I am Kim, but not Kim Shibboleth. Kim Shibboleth monitors that group, and she'll look at it and she'll see if it can get approved to put in the food library, and then everybody can benefit from that information, okay? But let's say that it's not in there, and so you're thinking, well, can I use it? You're going to look for two things. You're going to look for the sugar content and the fat content. You're going to see if it has 5 grams of sugar or less per serving and 2 grams of fat or less per serving. So I want you to remember it this way. The word sugar has 5 letters. So you're going to look for 5 grams of sugar or less per serving and 2 grams of fat or less per serving. If it meets that qualification and you're not going to use more than 50 calories of it on a meal, then you can use that as a condiment. So lots of things can be used as condiments if they meet that rule. Okay, so we call that the 5, 2, and few rule, because 5 grams of sugar or less per serving, 2 grams of fat or less per serving, and you're just going to use a little bit, up to 50 calories. You can have up to 50 calories worth of condiments on each meal. But I want you to consider this. How many, this is a question that I told you to be prepared for, how many calories are in a pound of fat? How many calories are in a pound of fat? And Amanda, good job, Amanda, on getting the categories that you can eat by themselves right on Facebook. Good job. So, yep. Amanda, that's 1 too many zeros, but you're on the right track. 3,500. 3,500. Awesome. Amanda, I am so thankful there's not 35,000 in there. She got zero crazy typing that in. 3,500 calories in a pound of fat. So think about this. Remember how last night I said that if you take advantage of absolutely all of the freebies, the extras, and the snacks, that could total up easily to be 300 calories, and how you're slowing yourself down by 11 days if you add all of that in every single day, losing a pound of fat. So why would you want to do that? So be picky, okay? Be choosy. Same thing with condiments. If you're liking 0-calorie condiments, things like that, then have at it. But if you are adding 50 calories of condiments to every single meal, that's 150 calories in one day. And then you take that times 21 meals, that's 1,050 calories, okay? So you're slowing yourself down a little bit. So I'm just saying, just to be choosy with it, if the condiment that you are using has calories in it to the point, and it's what makes that food taste that way, then have at it, use the condiment, okay? But if you find, my goodness, I'm slapping a piece of cheese on everything and I can't even taste that cheese. Well, start being choosy. Start being choosy, all right? So just use that. Just use that. So right here, this is going to go faster now that I've talked about these oils again and these condiments again. But you can eat a category 1 by itself, cook it up in the right oil, throw some condiments on there, and you have an excellent fat-burning meal. Now we're going to look right here. It says category 7, shellfish, 2 to 8 ounces. What is a category 7? It's really just a what? That's right, Alicia. It's really just a lean protein. And due to medical reasons and biblical reasons, it got pulled off. So if you don't even eat shellfish, then you don't even have to look at anything that has a category 7 in the combination, okay? But you can do 2 to 8 ounces there. crab, lobster, shrimp, scallops, oysters, mussels, clams, those type of things. Now, I want you to keep in mind this word here has the word shell in it, but not everything has a shell. So squid, it really didn't have a shell, but squid's in there. So basically, this is the way I like to say that. Anything that comes from the ocean or a creek or something like that, that is not a fish. It's not a fish because we just put fish in category 1, and it's a shellfish. We just call it a shellfish, all right? So you can have that with the right oil, right condiments, and have an excellent fat-burning meal. So there's another one that you can eat by itself. Good job, Donna, on Facebook. Awesome. So now we're going to come right here, and we're going to look at a new category, HHF. This is hemp products, okay? Hemp products. We got hemp hearts, hemp flakes, very sweet hemp flakes, hemp protein powder, and hemp oil. So you can use one of those products with a category 1 and some MCT oil, put on the right condiments, and you have an excellent fat-burning meal. Now, just to kind of go over this, I'm going to see if anybody remembers this. Hemp hearts. What category are hemp hearts? Hemp hearts. 6, that's right, Alicia. Category 6, superfood. What qualifies a food to be a superfood? Okay, Alicia is on the right track. Yep, Mary, that's right. Mary got 2 more things to add to that. So we have a full answer right here. So a superfood qualifies to be a superfood if it has the 4 macronutrients in there. It has all 4 macronutrients in there. So it's got water in it. On planet Shibboleth, we call water a macronutrient, but it's got protein, carbs, and fat. Protein, carbs, and fat in it. It's got all 4 in there. Oh, that's fine, Julie. That is totally fine. That's totally fine. Okay, but let's look at this. Hemp hearts are a category 6 superfood. Hemp flakes, what did I say those were last night? Hemp flakes. And Julie, I do this questioning like this to get people to think, but you can just listen in, which is totally fine. But if I'm always just telling people everything and they don't think, then they don't learn. Hemp hearts, Mary, they are a 2, but they're also something else. This is, remember last night I said that it was one of the few things that's like, that's right, Alicia, and it's a 1 and a 2 combined. So yes, it's a fibrous carb, which is what Mary said, a 2, and it's a lean protein, all right? So your hemp flakes are a 1 and 2 together, which is awesome. Very sweet hemp flakes are just hemp flakes that have had a little bit of maple syrup added to them. And then you've got protein powder and hemp oil. I'm going to tell you, I eat these very sweet hemp flakes just in a small bowl on my plate. I'll put 5 tablespoons, because you can have 3 to 5 tablespoons. I'll put 5 tablespoons in there, and I eat them with a spoon as my side item. They're that good. And I could maybe have a lean protein patty right there. Protein patty, I don't know why I said that. A 96% lean ground beef patty. I have that right there, and then I just eat those hemp flakes like my side item. They're that good. They almost taste like a dessert as well. Oh, good. Alicia had the flakes with yogurt this morning. Good. Awesome. So you can put a 1 with your hemp products, cook it up in the right oil with a condiment, and have an excellent fat burning meal. One of the things that you can do once you get this website right here is you can kind of just go through each one and pick something from each category that you like and start making your meal plan. So this row right here, this is going to be fast to go over this row. This is just saying that you can put your category 7 with hemp products, the right cooking oil and condiments, and have an excellent fat burning meal. So now we have a new category list here. Category 2, fibrous carbs, 1/2 cup up to 1 cup. Broccoli, asparagus, squash, okra, green leafy vegetables, spinach, cabbage, cucumbers, bell peppers, hot peppers, cauliflower, kraut, and dill pickles. So all of those are a fibrous carb. Now, I want you to think about 3 categories. Let's think about category 2, 3, and 6. 2, 3, and 6. There's a lot of things in 2, 3, and 6 that you might have considered just, as a generic term, a vegetable. But see, not all vegetables, as an umbrella generic term, respond the same way in your body. So based on how these foods respond in your body, they made it into their category. So this is why it's important for you to familiarize yourself with the foods that you like and what category they go in. Just to give you a little tip, all category 2 fibrous carb veggies can be considered a freebie. If you would like to have them as a freebie, but not once they're cooked in MCT oil, okay? Because that doesn't constitute a freebie. And dill pickles, I hear that dill pickle stock goes up when we get new people started on Shibboleth because people go eat a bunch of dill pickles as their freebies. But I didn't even do any freebies in weight loss. My freebie was my water. If I ever just wanted something, I would just go drink a 16-ounce water bottle, just guzzle it. It sat in my stomach, made me satisfied, and I felt full. Now, this right here is the fastest fat-burning combination that you can have. A category 1 plus a category 2 with MCT. MCT makes it the fastest. Cooked up with the right condiments, this is the fastest fat-burning meal. Now, the reason that it is the fastest fat-burning meal, a couple of things. 1, the lean protein and the fibrous carb takes a lot of energy to digest them. You are expending calories in digesting that food. It's almost a wash in the calorie area or even burns a little extra. We've added MCT oil, which has a thermogenic effect, which is a heating up effect, and it burns a little extra calories. So we call this exercise on a plate. Exercise on a plate because you are burning almost more calories than it takes than you ingested in digesting this. This is why this is exercise on a plate. So pick one from this category, one from this category, cook it up in the 100% MCT oil, and you've got the fastest fat burning combination. And if you stick with those in the beginning, you're really going to have great results. Okay, we're going to scroll up a little bit more. And I just have to say that this is also your fastest fat burning combination because the category 7 shellfish is really just a lean protein. Really just a lean protein. So if you pick something out from this category and pick something out from this category, cook it up in your 100% MCT oil, you have the fastest fat burning combination. And you can use these other oils, I just wouldn't call it the fastest fat burning combination. The MCT oil is the one that we say is the fastest fat burning combination. Now we're going to scroll down a little bit more and we're going to look at some superfoods. Pintos, black beans, red beans, soybeans, peanut butter, nuts, and seeds. So all of your nuts and seeds, your nut butters, your seed butters, things like that, they're all going to be in this category. They have all 4 macronutrients in there. And most of your your dark colored beans are here. This is where your dark colored beans are. Avocados are here, hummus is here, those kind of things are here. You can have them by yourself. Now, if you'll notice, look at my little plus sign. It changed just a little bit. The flame with the plus sign is an excellent fat burning meal. I'm just going to go down in my descriptor just a little bit. This is a great fat burning meal. It's not quite as excellent as those above, but it is a great fat burning meal. You can eat superfood by itself. If you are eating beans or things like this by themselves, you can do 1 cup up to 1.5 cups. But if you are using them as a component of a properly combined meal, about 1/4 cup of those is going to be plenty. Remember last night I kind of did the lima bean example. That wasn't a 6. Lima beans are a 3, an energy carb. But let's say that you want to use this as a component of a meal, then you're going to do maybe about 1/4 cup. It's going to fit in right there. And then you can pair it with maybe some green beans and some turkey breast, and you've got a properly combined meal. You're not going to use 1 cup to 1.5 cups in a properly combined meal. That would put the portion over too much. Then you can doctor it up with the right condiments and have a great fat-burning meal. Now let's look at this. So we're taking this same superfood, we're pairing it with a fibrous carb. Travis likes to call this your greens and beans. So you can just put that together, doctor it up with the right condiments, and you can have a great fat-burning meal. So a category 6 and 2 go together. We're going to look right here. We have a new list here, a category 4, protein plus fat, protein plus fat. Let's have a look at these ounces. Do you see right there where it says 2 to 6 ounces? What did the lean proteins say you could have? What did the lean proteins you could say? Hey, Ann Oliver. I met Ann at the Shibby Shop on Saturday. Okay. Yeah, Monica, yep, 2 to 8. So see, the lean proteins in the shellfish said that you can have 2 to 8 ounces. This one is 2 to 6 ounces. I'm going to explain to you why. 1 gram of protein has 4 calories in it. 1 gram of fat has 9 calories in it. Therefore, we need to eat just a little bit less of this, okay, because we're already getting more calories from this. So you need to eat a little bit less of this. So we got whole eggs. So egg whites are a lean protein. Whole eggs are a protein plus fat. All of your cuts of steak are here. Pork ribs, beef ribs, Hormel turkey spam, pulled pork, beef brisket, 93% lean up to 95.9% lean ground meat, and turkey kielbasa as long as no more than 50% of the calories are coming from fat. Now I'm going to talk about this turkey spam real quick. I always like to mention this because some people think, gross, why are they promoting turkey spam? We are not promoting turkey spam. What I love about this program is that we take every single person where they are in their journey. Shibboleth is an inclusive program. Whether you are willing to eat turkey spam and you love it, you can have it and you can lose weight. We want every single person to know the products that they can eat and lose weight. They may not be the best for wellness, okay? But it works for weight loss, all right? So that's what we want you to know. Whether you can afford grass-fed, grass-finished beef, or you can afford Hormel turkey spam, or whether your taste buds just say, I like Hormel turkey spam, you can do it and lose weight. We want you to know all of your options. We are not the type of program that says you can only eat whole foods, you can only eat this. We want you to know all of your options because we're all so very, very different, okay? So we include everybody where they are in their price point and in their willingness to do what they can do, okay? So I love Shibboleth for that reason. That's just one of the many reasons, actually. So I just want to kind of talk about that. But a category 4, protein plus fat, can you eat it by itself? Let's just reiterate that. Can you eat it by itself? Hey, Megan, on Facebook, if you're still watching. And I see Alice and Rose and Melanie and Jennifer. Yes, yes, you can. You can eat a protein plus fat by itself. So what that means is, let's say you wake up in the morning and you have not been to the grocery store, but you have eggs. Make yourself some scrambled eggs, and there you go. You have a great fat-burning meal right there with those scrambled eggs. So you can eat protein plus fat by itself. Let's say that you randomly have a piece of 93 to 95.9% hamburger patty in there. Can you eat that for breakfast if you don't have anything else to eat? Yep. And it'll be fine. Go to the grocery store and get what you need and move on. But you can do a protein plus fat by itself. Optimally, you'll pair it with a category 2. You'll pair it with a category 2. So you get your protein plus fat, your category 2, doctor it up with the right condiment. What is it on this row that you do not see that you saw on those above rows? What is it that you don't see here? That was a category listed. You can eat a protein plus fat by itself. That's right, Alicia, oil. Now here's why. The oil is a fat. Well, there's already fat there. So if I'm doing this category 4, I'm using 0-calorie cooking spray because I don't need to add oil or fat to this because it's already got some fat in there. All right. Yeah, Gina, you learned something new tonight. And then what I want y'all to tell me now is which categories do you not eat with a protein plus fat? Hey, Danielle, I'm so glad you found your goat. I know that sounds funny, but Danielle got little goats and one of them got loose and he was only 9 weeks old, but it came back. Monica, that is right. You've got one more. 6, that's awesome. Okay, so what you do not eat with your protein plus fat is you're not going to eat anything that can bring an insulin release, because insulin is a growth hormone that is focused on fat storage. That's why we call it the fat bus. And so when you see this word fat and you think category 4, protein plus fat, don't eat anything with it that's going to bring a little bit of an insulin release. And that's where your 3s, 5s, and 6s can be. Now, the 6 category varies greatly on that, but we just say that in order to keep you safe. All right, keep you safe. So you've got your protein plus fat, so you don't have energy carbs with it, fruit, or superfoods. So you don't eat that with that. So good job on knowing that. Y'all were listening last night, and I appreciate that very, very much. So let's look, and we have at this row here. See this? Category 3, let's read this. White potato, sweet potato, I'm going to stop right there. All types of potatoes. Oatmeal, steel cut oats, weight control oatmeal. I think that weight control oatmeal is now called fiber and protein. Long grain brown rice, the real stuff, not instant. Quinoa, lima beans. Most of your light colored beans are here. And this is why I say you've got to make sure that you write down all the ones you like, because a garbanzo bean, which is also called a chickpea or something, then it's a category 6 superfood. So you just have to know that every once in a while there's something that doesn't follow the rules that you would think. So that's why you've got to know that ahead of time. But most of your light colored beans are there. All of your peas are here, except that random chickpea. Tomato, onion, carrots, whole wheat pasta, whole grain pasta. But I'm going to talk about this whole wheat pasta and whole grain pasta. There are better pastas to use where you get a little bit more of it. The Explore Cuisine pastas are excellent, and you get a little bit more. So of this, you get a quarter of a cup. You could do about half a cup on those others, and you get a little bit more. So they're considered a 1 and a 2, which is another yay moment that you can find a pasta that is a 1 and a 2. You can also use the carbonara pasta. It's a category 1, 2, and 3 together. Okay, category 1, 2, and 3 together. And you can have a quarter of a cup up to half a cup. If you are in a weight loss, quarter of a cup. In maintenance, if you want to try going up to half a cup, you can do that. Some people find it doesn't work for them, so they just stick with their quarter of a cup. But if you're just using your hands for judging, just right about there. Just put your food under there. Let's look at these carrots real quick. Raw carrots, they are a freebie. Once you've cooked the carrots, they've caramelized, they are a category 3 and must be paired properly. All right. So I've got some questions going over here. Julie says, can you add a category 2 bread with these instead of carbs? Okay. I'm slightly confused on the question, Julie. Do you mean that could you do a bread instead of one of these here? Is that what you're asking? Can you do a bread instead of one of these listed ones? Yeah, oh yeah, yeah. If you want a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, we're going to go right up here. Peanut butter and jelly sandwich falls in right here because you got your peanut butter, approved peanut butter, not any peanut butter, approved peanut butter. And you could use a category 2 fibrous carb bread, and then you throw on some sugar-free jelly, and you've got your peanut butter and jelly sandwich. So you can do that. You can do that. And yes, if you wanted to use a fibrous carb bread in place of one of these fibrous carb veggies, you can. Health-wise, these are better, you know, but still, it works. It still works. So yes, you can do that. Yes, you're welcome. Julie, you can also make an approved grilled cheese sandwich. You can do it with fat-free cheese. I like the Borden's fat-free cheese. You can do it with that. You could even do it with a category 4 because a 4 and a 2 go together. You do 1 and a 2. Let's see, Monica says, what was that again? What kind of pasta? Explore cuisine pasta. We have the black bean pasta, and it is a dark colored pasta. You just got to get over that. You got to get over that it's dark colored because it's good. I like it a lot. And then we've got the mung bean pasta, which is a lighter colored pasta. But those Explore Cuisine pastas are great. They do sell those in stores and in other stores, and we sell them in our store. The carbonara pasta is a category 1, 2, and 3. The Explore Cuisine pasta that I just mentioned is a 1 and a 2 together. The carbonara pasta is a 1, 2, and 3. Now, with that being said, I'm going to take this as a teaching moment. If you have a pasta, like the carbonara pasta, if you have that, that's considered a 1, 2, and a 3, what food are you not going to put with that for sure? What are you not going to put with that? Because that 3, in my mind, goes ding, ding, ding. Be careful. That's right, Alicia. You are going to know then if that pasta is a 1, 2, and 3 together, you're not going to use a protein plus fat meat with that. You could use a lean protein with it, but you wouldn't do the 4 with it. Excellent. That was great. So I'm just saying that you get more of that other pasta. I prefer that. Now, these tomatoes and onions can also be used as a condiment amount as well. So it really just depends right there how much of that you were using. Okay, so I want you to keep that in mind. It can be used as a condiment depending on how much you're using. If you're using a whole bunch of it, then you need to consider it a category 3. But if you're just using one little slice of it, you can use it as a condiment. So if you are going to have, I'm going to reverse engineer this. This is the way I think about it. If I am going to have a category 3, I need to think of that in a special way. If I'm going to eat a 3, I must have it with a 1 and a 2. A 1 and a 2. Because what's happening is, like this little science experiment that I talked about is going on in our body when we eat. We want to make sure that science experiment goes well. The lean protein in this lean protein, or the protein in the lean protein, the fiber and the fibrous carb are helping neutralize the insulin release that comes from the category 3 energy carb that you ate. You also helped yourself out by not overeating that energy carb so you didn't have extreme amounts of insulin to deal with. So the protein and the fiber could easily neutralize that amount that came out there. Then you put on your right condiments. What are you not seeing? Again, what are you not seeing in this row that was listed way above? Yep, Monica, you're not seeing the MCT oil or any oils in there at all. If you wanted to use a 0-calorie cooking spray, you could do that with this, but you wouldn't want to put any oils with that. Who can tell me why? And Kelly, I'm going to get back to your question. I see it there. Yes. So it has fat in it. What did we say that you don't pair fats with? This 3 right there is what's telling you not to put an oil with it, because this baby right here is going to bring a little bit of an insulin release. If you put oil with it, it's going to store it because it's a fat storage hormone. Insulin is, okay? So right here, there is no fat in there, so you're not going to add any fat to that. So with this kind of combination, you want to use 0-calorie cooking spray. Okay, so Kelly is asking, I'm gluten sensitive, so what pasta and bread is good? I'm going to stop right now. I'm going to show you a different screen, okay, because I want you to see this. This is how you do. This is how you find out, Kelly. I want to make sure you can see my screen. You can. You click on the green tab, which is resources, foods, recipes, and all of your resource tools, okay? We call all these your survival tools. We're going to go to the food library. And I'm just going to type in pasta. You can do this same action for bread. So I typed in pasta. It's generating my list. So look at all those. Look at all that list. And I mean, you can hit show more. This right here is worth the cost of shibboleth. The fact that you now do not have to wonder what's good to buy in the store, you can look it up first. Because that was one of the things that I always was like, what do I buy? What's best for me? I don't know. It's in your hands now. This is amazing. Okay, so pasta. All of those are good. Do you see these blue filters? Kelly, do you see these blue filters? All these little blue buttons. Okay, these are these little blue filters. Look right here, Kelly. This one says gluten-free. You're going to click there. Once you click there, it's going to regenerate the list. There are all of the gluten-free pastas. But I'm going to show you something else that's important to do. Do you see this little baby right here? Weight loss meter. So the first way that we judge food is we go, what category does it go in? So we're judging food that way. You go in category 1, lean protein. You go in category 2, fibrous carb. Okay. The weight loss meter, in my mind, is a secondary way to judge whether or not that food is going to be best for weight loss or maintenance. So do you see how this has a -3 right here? And on this end, it has a 3. And then there's this little ball here and this little ball here. Well, okay, your weight loss meter goes from a -3 to a +3. 0 is right in the center. 0 is not going to help you, not going to hurt you. Okay? Negative numbers are better for weight loss. Positive numbers are better for maintenance. Here's the thing though, if in weight loss you eat a positive number, it's still not going to throw you out of efficient fat burning because it was still an approved item. It just might not help you lose weight that day, okay, because of other things that might have more water hanging onto it because it's more carby or something like that, okay? So this is how I'm going to change this. I'm going to take this ball and I'm going to slide it down here to a -1 to -3, and then I'm going to hit this set button. Once I've done that, it regenerated my list. So, Kelly, the Explore Cuisine pasta that I was talking about is gluten-free, and it is a -3 on the weight loss meter. The Explore Cuisine edamame and mung bean pasta is gluten-free. It's a -3 on the weight loss meter, and there's more. There's more right there. So that's how you're going to find that out. The other thing that we're going to do real quick is, do you see these categories listed here? I'm going to come right here. Do you see where it says breads? I'm going to click on bread. It's going to generate the full list of breads. Now, personally, I see no reason to eat a category 3 bread ever again because there's so many good category 2 breads that are going to keep you much, much safer. Okay, so right here, this is our full list of breads. I'm going to click gluten-free again. It's going to regenerate my list. I'm going to take this little ball and put this over to -1 to -3, hit the set button. It's going to regenerate my list. There's 3 breads, Kelly, that are there that are gluten-free and great for weight loss. So you've got the Julian Bakery Paleo Thin Coconut Bread, Thin Traditional Wraps, and the Outer Aisle Gourmet Cauliflower Sandwich Thins. But Kelly, if you want to see a little bit more, I'm going to slide this up to 0 and see if we get a little bit more to choose from. And looks like we got 2 or 1 more extra one to choose from. If you kind of wanted to slide that up again, you could, see what else is there. But that is how you find those out. So if you have a sensitivity of any sort or any kind, then you just click on that button. You click on the filter right up there. You're welcome. All right, we're going to get back here to our website. And we have a new category. Our new category here is fruit. All of your fruit is in this category. Berries, apples, oranges, grapefruit, plums, grapes, bananas, peaches, pineapple, kiwi, absolutely anything that's a fruit is in this category. Fruit must be paired properly when you are in weight loss mode. Once you get into maintenance mode, you can have fruit as a snack by itself. It's still not a freebie. Travis used to say that it was a freebie, but he found out that it doesn't necessarily work as a freebie. So he changed his mind. It is you can have a serving of fruit as a snack by itself. But if you want to eat some fruit in weight loss, you must combine it with a 1 and a 2, or any lean protein, which also includes shellfish. You need to do those together. So let's say that you were at a barbecue and you want to eat some watermelon, but you also want to eat a hamburger and you want to have a bun. So you could have a 96% lean ground meat hamburger patty. You could have a Lewis Healthy Life bun. It's a category 2 fibrous carb. Not all the buns are, okay? You got to make sure that you find one that is. And then if you wanted to eat your watermelon, that totally does not look like it would be for weight loss. But if you wanted to combine it like that, you certainly could. And you would stay in EFB. You would stay in efficient fat burning. Well, let's use an example like for breakfast. Maybe you want to do an orange, a small orange for breakfast. Then what you're going to do is maybe possibly have an egg white spinach omelet. You can have an egg white spinach omelet and with your orange. Or Alicia just said a few minutes ago, she had some yogurt, the category 1 yogurt with her hemp flakes. She could have done that and then maybe thrown a few berries on there and make it like a parfait. So you could do that. And really that amount of berries is almost condiment amount, but that's how you do that. So if you want to eat a category 5, it must be eaten with a category 1 and 2. People ask me, hey, can I use this fruit like it's my dessert after I've eaten some chicken breast and some asparagus? Could I have a little bowl of berries as my dessert? Yes, you just want to eat that with it. Okay, you don't have to do one bite here, one bite here, one bite here, and do it back and forth. You just want to make sure that the lean protein and the fiber and the fibrous carb are still in your stomach when you're trying to neutralize these berries, okay, or whatever fruit it is you choose. And if you'll notice right here, there is no fat listed in this one either, because you don't want fat with a category 5. So what we're going to do now is we're going to look at some other options that you've got right here. So category 2 breads. We have over 60 approved bread or bread type items in the category 2. And look right here in parentheses, it says less bread is best, but it is allowed. La Tortilla Factory 50-calorie tortilla, these are just suggestions. There's over 60 approved ones in the category 2, and you can find those in the food library. Olay Extreme Wellness High Fiber Tortilla, Healthy Life Bread, which is called Lewis now, I believe, Nature's Own Double Fiber Wheat Bread, Brand Crisp Bread, Healthy Life Hot Dog Buns, Thomas Light, the 100-calorie English muffins. I'm going to go right back here. See this Nature's Own Double Fiber Wheat Bread? It's a category 2 fibrous carb. There is also a Nature's Own hamburger and hot dog bun that we have approved. It is not a category 2. The reason I point that out is because I don't want you to think that everything Nature's Own is a category 2. So you need to make sure that you become aware of the things that you buy most often in the store. We are creatures of habit. We know that. Once you find what your new product is in the store, that's what it is. And you'll buy that new product. I really like the Olay Extreme Wellness High Fiber Tortilla. I just ran out tonight, so I'm going to have to make a grocery store run. This Brand Crisp bread, we sell this in the Shibboleth store. This is actually one of the absolute best fibrous carbs that you can have that's considered like a bread. Really, it's more like a cracker, okay? It's more like a cracker. So it's a little bit drier, but not dry like where it's choky or anything. I personally like the pumpkin seed one and the sunflower seed one. And then we have a plain one, and then we have one that is cinnamon raisin or honey raisin, something like that. But those are really good. So let's have a look at these sweeteners. Stevia, Splenda, monk fruit, xylitol. So all of those can be used. Let's hit the Splenda right now. Splenda, it's an artificial sweetener. I bet everybody on this call has heard artificial sweeteners are not good for you. Well, they may not be, all right? They may not be. And we're not promoting the use of Splenda. we are saying that you can use it and you'll still have great weight loss. I use xylitol a lot, and I did buy some monk fruit syrup for my pancakes, which I really like. And then approved beverages, water, 0-calorie beverages of any kind, unsweet or approved tea, and coffee, but with only approved sweeteners. Maureen, are you saying fit and healthy bread at Aldi's works, or are you asking if it works? I think it does. I've heard people talk about that one before. I would have to look it up in the food library. Let us know if you're meaning it does work, or if you want me to look it up. Let's have a look at this cheese. You can use it as a condiment, or you can use it as a category 1 or a category 2, category 4, depending on how much fat is in that cheese. So just look it up and know the cheese that you buy. Fat-free feta cheese, Kraft fat-free cheese, Borden fat-free cheese, Cabot extra light cheese, Laura Lynn fat-free cheese, Kroger brand fat-free cheese, Lifetime fat-free cheese. Travis says that he really likes the Lifetime fat-free cheese. I've never seen it in any stores, but there is a website that you can buy it from. They just ship it right to you. That's funny. Cheese coming in the mail. But that's the one that he says that he thinks is really kind of the healthiest and the best. Out of these, my 2 favorites are the Borden fat-free cheese, those little singles. It's just like little wrapped American singles. Borden fat-free cheese is so good. I don't know what they've done to it, but you might be saying, ooh, I don't like fat-free cheese. Well, I didn't really either, but the Borden is good, so you might want to try that. And the Cabot extra light cheese is a block cheese, so that gives you a block cheese option. And it's the extra light one, not just the light one. And I personally find these easily at Ingles and Publix. So now let's have a look at lean protein milk. So you can do 8 up to 16 ounces. Fat-free Fairlife milk, Kroger Carb Master milk, and hemp milk are all good. I did hear that we just added a few extra ones to the library, so you'll want to look this. Maureen, are you asking about this this list right here? This list is going to come out to you in the Shibboleth New Member Fast Track group. It's going to be in there in about 30 minutes when I get off this class. And you could print this or just look at it online and make it out. Now, Mary, I'm not exactly understanding the question, but what I am going to say is that a milk would not be a category 2, and 2% milk is not approved. So if that's what you're asking with that, you need a lean protein milk. These milks here, they are fat-free and they've had added protein. That's the important part, that it has the added protein. Those other milks in the store do not have enough, oops, I didn't mean to slide that. They don't have enough protein in them. You need the protein that are in these milks to offset starchiness of other things. And so that's why these work. You can have 8 ounces if you're having it as a component of a meal. If you were just going to drink a big old glass of milk as your meal, you can have up to 16 ounces of it. But if you're having it with cereal, you want to look and see, because in the food library, it'll tell you how much to have with that. But a lot of times I'll have these buff baked crunchy cookies for breakfast or even dinner. I've had them before. So I have cookies and milk with that. Put the right milk with it. Carb Master chocolate is awesome. And I love the vanilla too. It tastes like you were drinking homemade vanilla ice cream that has melted. So good. Okay, let's look at some breadings and some flours. Coconut flour, Carb Quick flour, Bob's TVP. TVP stands for textured vegetable protein. Almond flour. Now, I'm going to spend my time talking about this Carb Quick flour. Carb Quick flour is a category 2 fibrous carb. You can make yourself pancakes and biscuits and muffins and all of that with the Carb Quick, and it is considered a category 2 fibrous carb. Just want to make sure that you look at the amounts that you can have and all of that stuff. I also want you to keep in mind, do not use the recipes on the Carb Quick box. They did not take into account Shibboleth rules when they put those on there, okay? That's their own rules. You need to go to the recipe library, put in Carb Quick, and bam, all the recipes that have Carb Quick in them will pop up. And Carb Quick is a category 2 fibrous carb. Oh, good. Kelly says that Fairlife skim milk doesn't taste like skim. It's so good. Awesome. Let's look at some cereals. Now, there are a lot more cereals on this program, but they're not all that great for you, you know, but these are the best. And what we're talking about tonight is some of the things that are going to work best for you in the very beginning, because I want you to lose 7 pounds in 7 days. I want you to have that jump start and then get that under your belt and get excited and get some weight off and feel better and just keep right on plowing through, okay? You can have a cup up to 1.5 cups. Kashi Go Lean Original can be found just about anywhere. Kay's Natural Cereal, we sell at the Shibboleth store, and that stuff's good. I like the apple cinnamon. I like the honey almond and the French vanilla. They're all good. And then High-Low Nutritious Living, I know that I've seen those out at stores too. But you can have those cereals, and they're good. And then I'm not going to read those condiments because we already know the condiment rule, and we've already read enough of that. We're going to look at restaurants now. I'm going to read a few of these, not all of these, but I'm going to tell you how I want you to do restaurants. I'm going to say something real quick and then I'm going to get to that. I kind of consider us having 4 choices when it comes with food stuff. You can flat out combine whole foods, like putting some chicken breast and a broccoli on your plate, cooking it up in MCT. That's combining foods, okay? The second way you can do it, you can look at the recipes. Make some recipes and then read how you're supposed to eat it. If you have to add something to it, then you do that. So you've got combinations, you've got recipes, but we've done all the work for you on the recipes. You just follow the recipe. And the third one is meal replacements. You really need to find a few meal replacements that you like because they make our life easy. And not all of us, due to our busy, busy lives these days, can cook breakfast, lunch, and dinner. So you throw in a meal replacement for ease. And you know what meal replacements do in my brain? They make me feel like I'm having chocolate. They make me feel like I'm having a dessert. And I have eaten something that is completely satisfies that part of me that wants that. And I've eaten it as my meal. So meal replacements are good. I put my 10 favorite ones in the, I got lots of favorite ones, but I put my 10 favorites in the Shibboleth new member fast track group. So you can look at that post. And then the other thing is restaurants. So you have no reason, those of you that said you wanted me to kick you in the butt, you have no reason not to do this program and do this program well and succeed. You've got a lot of choices, okay? You just have to narrow down what you like because we all do the same things over and over and then rotate those things, okay? You don't always need a smorgasbord of things to choose from. But let's look at these calories. So it does say, restaurants, it says to keep, between 300 to 500 calories. So that's kind of a goal there. Chick-fil-A, obviously it's a real popular restaurant. You can have 8 to 12 grilled chicken nuggets. You're just going to have that with a side salad. And the dressing that I use is the light Italian. If you're willing to give up 4 nuggets to get 8 fried nuggets, then you can have 8 fried nuggets with a side salad. And I still use that same dressing. You can go to a Mexican restaurant, a bowl of chicken soup, no rice, 3 soft chicken tacos, but use your own tortilla. Now, we're going to look at a restaurant thing in just a second because I want you to see this. McDonald's quarter pounder on your own bread. Now, the reason I kind of emphasize those is when you read the restaurant stuff before you go to the restaurant, if you know you need to take something with you, then you go prepared. You take something that's like a survival tool. You take it with you. It's a survival kit. Quarter pounder, Wendy's small chili over a side salad is very, very popular. And then any restaurant, you can put together a category 4. Oh, remember last night I said we consider all meat at a restaurant a category 4. Even if it's like a chicken breast, you have to consider it a 4 at a restaurant because you don't know what oil they cooked it in. So they turned that lean protein into protein plus fat by turning it into the wrong kind of oil. By cooking it in the wrong oil. So you just do that. But any kind of meat at a restaurant you can have, you just want to eat that with a fibrous carb instead of adding any 3s, 5s, or 6s with that. Now, I'm not going to read all over those because I'm going to show you what I want you to do. I really want you to go to the restaurant guide. And I'm going to read Mary's question. Premium protein, the premium protein shake, is that what you're talking about, Maureen? I think that is premium protein is fine if that's what you're talking about. Oh, Premier, the Premier protein shake, is that what you're meaning? It's approved. Yes, yes, you can eat the prepared meals from the Shabola store on the Fast Track week 1. Yes. Yeah, the Premier Protein Shake is approved. So I'm here and I'm going to click on this. I'm going to click on restaurant options. I want you to go to the restaurant options, and then I want you to go to a restaurant that you frequent the most. Now, just for the fun of it, I'm going to choose this Brown Dog Eatery. It's out in Carrollton, Georgia. My daughter lives out in Carrollton, so I'm gonna look at that. It says that you can have Southern Sin dip. Well, I don't know what that is. Let me look on that. Southern Sin dip. It says I can have it up to a snack, up to 1 snack per day. You can have a quarter cup with approved chips or bell peppers as a snack. And then it says a creamy smoked collard dip, Parmesan, I don't know how to say that, Reggiano, Monterey Jack, mascarpone, artichokes, pepper sauce on side. So I guess that's some dip. But right here, I might have to take my own approved chips or my own bell pepper strips. I don't know if they'll have them. So I want to know that before, because if I like Southern Sin dip and I want to eat this, I want to make sure that I take that with me. Does that make sense? Now look right here. This tells you that it's a 1 on the weight loss meter. So it's not as good for you as something else. Let's look at this Brown Dog House Burger. It's a category 2 and a 4, and it's got a condiment on it. This whole meal is. So they kind of, this right here tells you how to also journal what you're eating. It's right there. How to make it approved. Have your own bread or without butter, or bread or without bread. You don't have to leave off the house sauce, but scrape off the excess so you still have the flavor but without all the calories. Pan-seared patty, American cheese, house sauce, local pickle, grilled onions, lettuce, and tomato. That tells you how you can eat that. So if you want your own, you want these with bread, make sure you take your own, or you can do it without bread. I just do it without bread myself. So do you see how it's best to, I don't spend a lot of time going over the restaurants that much, because I want you to go into that restaurant guide to the restaurants that you frequent the most, scan through there and see if the foods that you like to eat the most are there. But don't stop there thinking, oh, it's approved, I can eat that. No, you need to open it and read it so that you know how to order it, you know how to order it, and you need to know if you're going to carry something with you to make you happy. Okay. Yeah, Alicia. Yeah, I liked that Brown Dog Eatery. It's kind of neat. It's downtown. It's right behind that. It's right behind the square area, I think. I've only been once, but it was good. Um, thank you, Maureen. Thank you. I appreciate it. I loved doing this with you guys tonight. We do not have another live class this week for the Fast Track group. How many of you did the post this morning? How many of you did the post? I know a lot of you did that last night. And Alicia, I loved your introduction of yourself. Thank you. Because this is a community. We're doing this together. You've got people on your side, and you've got people that are all trying to achieve the same goal that you are. So we're here together. So this is a community. This is a friendship that we're building, okay? So I want y'all to do the posts that come out every single morning. It's like a little assignment. You got to dig in and do that assignment. And I'll do some butt kicking right now. If you don't do the assignment, I don't know how you're going to be successful. You've got to do the assignments in order to learn what you need to know. Once you've learned this, it's going to be old hat. You just do it. It becomes your the new thing that you do. Oh, there was a little card. I gave everybody little motivational cards tonight in class, and one of the cards said, just like your eyes adjust in darkness, you will get used to this too. You will adjust to this too. Let's see. Okay, I don't know what I said that you're asking about. Where do you see that? Monica, the Facebook group? Yes, it's just in the feed. Oh yes, Julie. Julie, everything will be in this in the Facebook group, and it's on the website. So let me show y'all. Okay, I'm gonna show you. Okay, so we're going to go to Facebook because I do not want you to, oh goodness, I do not want you to assume that that you're going to be notified that something came out of there. You've got to go, I need to check Fast Track today. Just like you would check your Facebook when you wake up, all these little notifications right here. You'll check your text when you get up, all that. Instead, one, I want you to journal first. I want you to plan your day. You determine your day. Your day does not determine you. I want you to determine your day, okay? And you really should go into your journal and write down what you're going to eat. Write it before you bite it. That helps you plan out what you're going to do. At breakfast, I'm doing this. At lunch, I'm doing this. At dinner, I'm doing this. That kind of thing. Julie lost, hey, this girl just popped up in my Facebook feed. Julie Marandino, she just lost 40 pounds on Shibboleth last year, which is awesome. Okay, I'm getting, this is what happens when I get on Facebook. You're going to go to the Shibboleth new member Fast Track. And what I'm going to do real quick is I am going to put that link in this group right here so that y'all can click on here if you are not in it, because you do need to be in that. Okay, so you're going to come to the new member Fast Track group. This group is where you're going to be focused this week. This group is designed to be a 1 week group. Like the silver level group, there's stuff going through there all day long, and that is what that group is meant for. This group, to me, in my mind, is kind of written like an electronic textbook for you. If we scrolled all the way down, I'm just going to show you because it's important. We scrolled all the way down to the bottom of this. See right there, I'm at the bottom of that group. You know how some groups, you could never get to the bottom of that group. This group right here, you can get to the bottom of this group. I would love for you to go and look at each one of these posts. It's like an electronic textbook. I don't leave anything in here that is not important for you. So there's a void replacement worksheet there. There's just a statement that I thought was important. This is a before and after picture of me. There's a meal plan worksheet right there, a quote that I like, you know, that kind of thing. A before and after. This is a meal that I really liked. Now we're going to scoot on up. But I want you to kind of go through those. But what I want you to look at every day is, there's my 10 favorite meal replacements that I mentioned, I said. I left Libby's post in here because if anybody has Marco Polo, the app, she would love to be friends with you and y'all encourage each other. This right here is the PowerPoint from last night, if anybody wanted to access that. This is a meal plan. If you open this up, this is a meal plan. Don't worry that it says February 2nd. This is a meal plan I generated for everybody. There's the simple grocery list if you need it. There's the advanced combination chart. All of these things are listed in files too, by the way, those PDF documents. There's another meal plan I generated. There's another one. There's another one. This is me doing a rant about ordering in restaurants. This is me saying after you've done Fast Track to make sure you do the daily dose videos. Okay, this one people really like to look at. This is what I ate for my first 20 days. So this PDF document right here, it is not a magical meal plan, but I did lose 12.5 pounds, which I was pleased with. This is important. This is Travis explaining to you where the origins of the name Shibboleth came from. And I don't need that one in there anymore, so I'm just going to delete it. But, and there's Kelly Peters saying she loves my webinars. And we're going to keep scrolling here real quick. So there you go. See this right here? Day 2 of your 7-day fast track. Part 1. Part 2 is tonight's webinar, which we're having right now. This is the only day with 2 parts. This video will be linked. Actually, the one we're doing right now will be linked there. Oh, no. This video link is this video right here. Sorry about that. It's telling you which videos to watch for the day. It's telling you to find the 10 blue links above the fast track videos and open and print what you need. Make sure you confirm your email and tell you some other things to do in your profile tab and everything. And then it asks you to comment with a lean protein and a fibrous carb combo that you'd like to eat. In this video right here is me showing you how to use the website and how to do everything in your assignment right here. So I used to be a school teacher and a principal. So that's why I'm like, this is an electronic textbook. This is what you need. This is what you do. And this is how you become successful. And this is how you live this life. So you need to check there every day. So I name them. Day one. Where was day one? You must have passed it. Oh, this was day one right here. Day one of your 7-day fast track. That came out last night after our video last night. This one came out this morning about 5:30. They all come out about 5:30 in the morning, Eastern Standard Time. And then the one that we're finishing up right now will be posted shortly. And then tomorrow morning, another one will be there at 5:30 in the morning or so, always before 6. But then once you've done all of these posts this week, by Saturday, you can take your fast track test and get your first badge and be on your way. Then once you have taken the phase 1 foundation test, after you've watched the original daily doses, which are the little 26 videos from Travis, your whole website, if you're new, your whole website opens up to you. But that's only happening after you pass the phase 1 foundation test, unless you decide to skip that and open it up anyway, which we don't suggest, and we have a warning. Please don't do that. Do the right thing. Learn it. I hope that makes sense. Oh, you're welcome, Julie. You're welcome. You're welcome, Monica. No problem. No problem. You just come to this group and you should be able to find it. I clean this group out of these posts every Sunday. I only leave the ones that are important that you could use, like the electronic textbook, and then these come out daily. And then we start this over every Sunday to capture all the new people that join or all the people that want to refresh. If you happen to be in the Shibboleth New Member Fast Track group and the Second Chance group, you only need one of them because they're the exact same group. It just depends on how people came back to us and wanting to learn, so they went into one group. But there's the same. So if you're getting tired of double notifications, you can jump out of one group. And once this Fast Track week is over, if you don't need it anymore, you can remove yourself from this group if you want to, because it does repeat itself every week for the purpose of teaching new people. You're welcome, Alicia. You're welcome. All right. Well, we're going to hop off here, and I just want to make sure that y'all look for that post in the morning. Ask questions. People do monitor this group. I'm going to make a suggestion, though. You are free to ask any questions in the New Member Fast Track group, but you are going to get a larger response if you ask it in the silver level group, because there's a lot of experienced people on that group. There are 7,800 people in that group. So I would ask things where you want more opinions on there. If you're wanting to know the exact right thing to do or get an item approved or a recipe question, go onto the Shibboleth Fixed It group. All of the links to those groups are in that Shibboleth New Member Fast Track group for you. So I hope that y'all have a perfect day planned for tomorrow. I'm going to have a perfect day tomorrow. Normally, Monday through Friday, I do a little Shibby show in the morning. It's just a little morning show that's like, what's new in Shibboleth, what's going on, let's stay connected. I normally do that about 7:30 in the morning, but this morning I had to go live at 5:45 a.m. I know y'all can still sleep through it. It's all right. And tomorrow morning it's going to be at 5:45 a.m. because I had to be somewhere at 7 this morning, and I have to be somewhere at 7 tomorrow morning as well. You're welcome. Alicia. Okay, so weighing is one of those things that is that personal thing, because if you get freaked out about the scale, I do not recommend that it's daily. I weigh daily because it doesn't freak me out to weigh daily. If it freaks you out to weigh daily, then don't do it daily. Once a week would be great. And as long as you are trending down in that weight, that's good. That's really good. Scales will lie to you. That's why we use our Shibboleth timing chart. Everything that you put in your journal translates into a little icon in your timing chart, whether you're having a perfect day, an EFB day, and those kind of things. They translate over into that. And you can trust your timing chart, because you can look at that timing chart and go, okay, I'm in EFB. I am doing my best. That is great. And if that scale happens to be lying to you, you don't have to believe it, because you say, no, I'm doing my best. That scale will catch up. Sometimes the scale needs a moment to catch up. So I would not weigh daily if it bothers you. But at least once a week, I would do that. Yep, Mary says it freaks her out. So don't weigh daily. Do it once a week. Thank you, Monica. Oh, thank you. I do love to show my Shibby Shop purchases because they're so good. I was looking around to see if I've got any here, but awesome, Alicia. But here's something even more important. I want to make sure everybody takes their measurements to start with, because when you get to some week where you haven't lost weight and your mind says, I've done all this and I haven't lost any weight, that's when you take your measurements, because you're going to go, oh my goodness, I've lost 6 to 12 inches, depending, So you need to take your measurements in the beginning. If you don't have anybody near you that can take your measurements, come to the Shabola store. We can take your measurements there, but or go to a gym or something if you're a gym and have them take measurements. Measuring, we suggest that you measure every 4 weeks or every 20 pounds lost, or anytime that you just go, dang, I didn't lose any weight this week, measure so that you have something to say, well, dang, I lost 3 inches in my waist, or something like that. Yep. But those scales will lie, and I don't want you to weigh daily and get freaked out. Awesome. Thank you. Thank you. Well, y'all are the best. Thank you for joining Shabola. Thank you so much. We appreciate it. And let's just do this together forever. This is not I've done it, I'm there, let me wipe my hands and go back to doing what I was doing before. No, this is a lifestyle, and it is a life change that we need to make happen. And we get to do this together because you know what? Technology allows that. And I'm excited about it. And I hope to meet all of y'all in person one day. I do teach class at the Shabola store on Monday nights in Kennesaw, the Kennesaw one, Monday night at 6 and Saturday morning at 10:30. It's registration only. So you just go on the website to your dashboard, look for your events, and then you register. If you still have a brand new website and your whole website isn't opened up yet, you can go to the Locate Us tab at the top, and then in that blue blurb at the top, it says locate a class. You can click there and get there too. All right. Bye, Terry. Bye, Alicia. Bye, Kelly. Bye, Mary. Bye, Monica. Bye, everybody. If I didn't say your name, it's already zipped up on my chat. And thank you for everybody on Facebook. Thank you, Mary Ann. Thank you. And I will see y'all on the Shibby Show really, really early. If you sleep in, I understand. When you watch it, type in #Shabola for his glory. Bye, Kelly. Bye, everybody. Bye, Alicia.